Well, as people were celebrating Easter Sunday yesterday with their families, we had Microsoft that decided to go full satanic Illuminati on us. Now, there's a lot that myself and Tim Picciott, the Liberty Advisor, have to say about this. I'm also going to be talking about my time at a Belgrade Tesla secret society that is tied in to this specific story. But if you missed it, yesterday, Microsoft, for some reason, decided on Easter Sunday that it was a great idea to release a commercial featuring a self-proclaimed occultist, of course, Marina Abramovich, the Satanist, and also the woman behind, spirit cooking. The video so far has 24,000 dislikes, only 625 uplikes. I'm surprised it's not 666 upvotes here on YouTube, but it shows you go full Illuminati. yeah. What's the kind of liberal thing? Go woke, go broke, go full Illuminati. I don't know. Let us know in the comment section. But Tim, should we just play this video?
Yeah, let's play it. To
say the least.
Yeah, super absurd. Here we go.
I believe that art of the future is art without objects. This is just pure transmission.
Pause it there.
The viewer and.
All right.
Already, oh, why did we need that? Why did we need like little boys and sculptures and paintings of little boys in there? The music, everything else already creepy.
To me, mixed reality is this answer.
This was a unique opportunity to take the most legendary artist working now. And
why is she the most legendary artist working now? I mean, I want to legendary in what? Legendary in being a disciple of Aleister Crowley type stuff. I mean, this is insane.
And capture them.
Wait, hold on. Before you play, if there couldn't be more of a creepier person, if you were casting for the Addams Family, look at this little goblin here. You could see on his face, he's into some weird stuff. All right. And as you were saying, look what Microsoft wrote underneath in the description. They wrote arguably the world's most acclaimed performance artist. I mean, what? She threw some poop at a wall with the Podestas and maybe other, Clintons or maybe other people. We don't know.
I think I'd say Blood and Semen too, which is also in the spirit cooking, which a lot of you guys probably know from back in 2016. And this is one of the things that really fired me up to go, be all in for Donald Trump, was seeing that we're up against his absolute Satanism. But it's not to, obviously, if you guys have been watching us, we know that we're not making excuses for Donald Trump either. But when you're taking a look at we've got, complete actual Satanism, and why is she being pushed? And it reminds me, and then why are we in these VR Oculus type things? It reminds me of Zuckerberg walking down and seeing all the minions. They're just trying to get us to basically be, merged with the machines. I mean, this is where, I think everything is going, Luke.
Yeah. They're talking about augmented reality and bringing the energy into space. And they're going to get into some other themes that we're going to see these kind of occultists, these kind of energy people, as some people call them, but really, Satanists that a lot of people see with this obvious blatant symbology in there. We're seeing the overall themes. Let's see what else we could catch in here.
That they are translatable forever.
If you're a collector, you're trying to find works that break new ground. We here at Christie's believe that this is that. And it will be the first time that a mixed reality artwork is sold at auction.
There was always a question what you buy when you buy performance. You buy the video or you buy the additional photographs. Here, you actually can have the artist's presence in your collection.
The first thing that we had to figure out was you had to feel that you were in the room with Marina, not a document.
Hold on, pause it here. I don't want to be in the room with Maria. She's going to be throwing around a whole bunch of poop, pee, blood, breast milk, and a whole bunch of other stuff along the walls, trying to usher in some spirits. And I'm not being hyperbolic here. I wish I was hyperbolic, but again, as we were talking about spirit cooking, this is a kind of energy exercise that wants to call in particular energies and spirits, summoning them by writing stuff, by a form of just letting go of the stuff within your body and becoming one with the spirits. And then when you really look at the stuff that a lot of the occultists, a lot of the people at the elite, a lot of the people at Bohemian Grove do, this is shocking, eye-opening stuff. And again, Bohemian Grove is still just the entry-level stuff. into the real sick occultist stuff. So no, when they're talking about let's feel the energy with Abramovich here with us, no, thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
2 was created by people who quite clearly have an interest in the audience forgetting that they are using technology. So the purest expression of artistic intent can happen.
I really want viewer to be with me in the space, in here and now. The life is dealing with what is going to stay after I'm not there anymore.
Life after
I
death.
face myself. And that's frightening experience. Really like you're facing your own ghost. There is always this great idea of immortality. Once you die, the work will never die because the work of art can continue. In performance, the piece is only in the memory of the audience and nowhere else. Here,
Sig.
I am kept forever.
You couldn't be more creepier. You couldn't be more just that's the best way I could describe it if you tried. And obviously, when you look at the underlying circumstances of all of this and the same kind of similar themes of Satanism with death, murder, sacrifice, the innocence of children, living forever, this is the exact kind of exemplification of that. And to see it done on such a massive level with Microsoft, the biggest, one of the biggest computer companies out there, is just
one of the biggest companies. Period. Yeah, one of the biggest.
To see how audacious and in your face it is, Tim.
Especially when we have Bill Gates, talking about how we need to, reduce world's population. He's always pelling around with Maria Abramovich. And you said you can't get any creepier. Well, actually, this is from, I have it on screen right now. This is from a TED Talk going back into, I'm not sure actually when this TED Talk was, but you want to talk about creepy. Let's go see some more creepy stuff going on here.
In the front of her is a table.
Everyone's got their eyes covered.
On the table, there are 76 objects.
Surprised it's not 666.
For pleasure and for the pain. Some of objects are glass of water, a coat, a shoe, a rose, but also the knife, the razor blade, the hammer, and the pistol with one bullet.
Now, how come this isn't taken off YouTube for trying to incite violence or incite any sort of harm? I mean, it's just such a double standard.
Controversial content, right? Is this not controversial? And then she talks about some guy cutting her in her blood.
I was going to try to get to that point right now. So if we go play this out, just a second here.
But after very soon, there was a man take the scissor and cut my clothes. And then they will take the thorns of the rose and stick in my stomach. Somebody take a razor blade and cut my neck and drink the blood. And I still have the scarf. The women will tell the man what to do. And the man didn't rape me because it was just a normal
Oh, Luke, it's just, it's just a normal opening. Just a normal art show opening where, I'm letting people take, knives and bullets and cut me and rip my clothes off. And, but they didn't rape me at this one because this is a normal one, Luke. Just a normal one.
This is the glorification of pain. This is the glorification of sacrifice. This is, again, the same overlining kind of themes that we always see around the same kind of people. Can we put up the image?
It's there right now.
Abramovich with Jacob Rothschild.
Dude, it's right. I was on the screen the second you said that. It's crazy.
Let's go in from those pictures that I sent, starting with that one, because again, you might think that we're kidding here, but we gotta have to understand Abramovich is connected to a lot of very powerful individuals, of course, including Lord Jacob Rothschild, the individual that I confronted, of course, with Podesta, the main kind of right-hand person for Hillary Rodham Clinton, also confronted Podesta. Weird guy. Both of these guys had very weird energies around them. But as you see here, Abramovich is with Rothschild with a painting that's literally called Summoning Satan. Yes. She also hangs out with people like Jay-Z.
Well, it looks like she summoned him. Looks like
Jay-Z, Lady Gaga, and has a lot of influence, not only with pop culture, but also our political landscape. And again, just the symbology, just the influence that she has should be made aware to a lot of different people. There's James Franco drinking some liquid with them, but we're seeing also another similar trend with them having this kind of human body as a cake. And then we have Abramovich standing over this human body with a knife and then stabbing this kind of edible fake human body as a mock, human sacrifice. We also see mock child sacrifices at the Bohemian Grove where they worship Moloch. This sounds like I'm talking about crazy stuff, but you need to understand here, most likely your senator, the politician that you adore probably does this. There's a reason when We Are Change Minnesota confronted Bill Clinton about the Bohemian Grove, Bill Clinton said this is where Republicans run around nakeds in the woods. They ship in male prostitutes. They do a lot of weird stuff that we're not able to even find out about. We only know 0.1% about it. We know about the spirit cooking because of WikiLeaks and the emails that came out with the Podestas, and God forbid the stuff that we don't even know about. Now, before we even started this video, you were pulling up pictures of the Podesta art. Tim, do you want to get into that, or do you want to get into some of the other stuff?
And actually right now, so I've got playing in the B-roll while you're talking where it says, we mix the fresh breast milk with, and I think below that they're going to start saying fresh, what did they say, sperm and something else. Anyways, we're playing this in the B-roll, and it's just, can you imagine, let's just go say, can you imagine if Donald Trump, was doing any of this stuff, just the absolute furor that there would be. I mean, we would never absolutely hear the end of it. And, maybe rightfully so. So now I've got it on a stacked view where it's just playing in the B-roll in the back. But so we had, what's his name? Paul Manafort, who is Trump's campaign director. He's ended up being in jail. He was actually partners with both the Podesta brothers. They were both doing the exact same things he was doing in Ukraine, except they were able to get a waiver after the fact, like an hour or two before they wrapped up, Manafort. But, could you imagine if Trump had ties with, and this is not to say Trump good guy or bad guy, but this is just trying to be, intellectually honest and say, when, someone from the left, which, if you actually know what the left actually means, so when someone from the left does this, oh, that's, the greatest performance artist, in history and the greatest living person out there. Why? I mean, look at this. I mean, is this actual art? I mean, you guys are watching this right now on the screen. It's a bunch of sick stuff. And now what I'll do is let me try to find some of the Tony Podesta stuff. This is very, 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 very sick type stuff. So this is a little bit from Tony Podesta's, art collection. So we see this child that's all kind of gagged up, looking like he's like in school, some other weird stuff. And you can't even really find, I don't even want to get into the weird stuff because I don't want this channel getting taken down. But, people like us, we have to worry about our channels getting taken down. But yeah, if you're actually, summoning Satan, and it looks like it worked, she summoned Satan and there's Jacob Rothschild right next to her. So, maybe the painting actually worked, Luke.
Microsoft will pay you top dollar. There's going to be a major art gallery that's going to be auctioning off this live piece of art. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, and again, there's a lot of context here that a lot of people are missing because there's a lot of information still missing that we don't know about. But again, the whole spirit cooking thing, extremely weird, extremely worrisome, extremely crazy to see so many top level people connected to Abramovich that, again, when you look at the video, we can't play the full video here, but there's like a little kind of effigy of a little being that they're, painting the human fluids on. And again, the same kind of overall trends are happening here. And they're not good trends. When we look at, people like R. Kelly that, forced children to consume the waste of others. This is, again, very common stuff that you find in these kind of cults and these kind of satanic organizations that push this stuff. And I don't even want to get into some of the other crazier stuff because when you really deep dive into all this stuff, it's extremely disturbing. But what the overall kind of understanding is that we're in some kind of this is the understanding that I've gotten, that they see, that they believe that we're in some kind of energetic world, and that by summoning and having, different spirits and energies, that they become more powerful, that they are able to use that for their own will. That's the kind of understanding. Now, I teased a little bit in the beginning talking about my time in Belgrade, where I was invited to be a part of and to hang out with this kind of Tesla secret society. It's a group of people that love Nicholas Tesla, and they're trying to, of course, bring back a lot of the technology that he was talking about, since Tesla was talking about a lot of energetic frequencies and using energy in a more kind of positive, conductive way. And I was told by this kind of society, I did a video about this on the main channel, by the way. I don't know if you'll be able to find it. It's going to be very difficult with YouTube, censoring us. But I was told by this kind of Tesla secret society in Belgrade, Serbia, that Abramovich's brother is a part of their organization, and he's working on the light side while Abramovich is working on the dark side. And that according to them and according to the dark side, you need both good and bad. That pain and suffering and sacrifice is good, because somehow it spurs the opposite of that, and you need the whole yin and yang. That's the ultimate underlining understanding of it. And again, we need to really have a conversation about this. There really needs to be more investigations, more hard questions asked to these individuals. And when we have such a blatant kind of example of this by Microsoft, we really need to start asking ourselves, what's going on here? Because a lot of times these people get off by sending off their symbology into the larger public. They get off by rubbing it in your face as well. So that's another aspect of this that we do need to understand. But from my own personal understanding, there is a spirit world, there is an energy world, and you could either be a part of the dark energies or the light energies. And what these people are says that they are part of something really, really bad. That's my understanding of it. That's how I personally see it. I bet other people see it differently. Tim, I know we're talking about a very kind of crazy topic here, because again, a lot of this has to deal with just having this right in our face and trying to make sense of it all. But
and it's so in your, I mean, it's so in your face right now. I mean, I wish, we weren't having to talk about this stuff, especially, just coming off of Easter. But if you believe in God, or whether you do or don't, I mean, what you have to also understand is that people think what we're talking about is crazy. But yet yesterday, you're celebrating, Jesus coming back from the dead. I mean, how is what we're talking about any crazier than that? And if you believe in God and you believe in Jesus, then shouldn't you believe that there's also dark energies that are out there? And so I think one of the problems with Christians, I'm sure they're going to hear it in the comments now, is that they're so good, but there's also that niceness also then leads to a certain naivety of thinking that nobody else could do this stuff, or this certain evil's not out there. And the evil is out there. So, if you believe there's a God and you believe there's a Jesus, not trying to make this political, then it shouldn't be too much of a hard step or hard leap to then say, hey, well, then there's probably also got to be the dark side too. And then what would the dark side be doing? The dark side right now, why do you think now this is maybe getting to some more, of the conspiratorial aspect of it, but, ultimately I think this is all a push towards transhumanism. And so it's not about transgenders' rights. You're using transgenders as a political football to then be able to get transhumanist rights, because eventually the game plan is, there's like a 2045 project where I'm not going to pull it up right now, but basically what the website goes through, it says there's a whole timeline, and essentially by 2045, what they're envisioning, that we're going to be like this avatar, and this is their own words, and like richest people in the world are signed on to this. I believe it's 2045 org. If Luca talks again, I can go on screen and put that up. But where it's going is you're going to be like this, like automaton. Just think of like when you got Zuckerberg walking down the aisle and everyone's got the Oculus Rift goggles on, and now here the performance art with the Oculus Rift, and everything is about having the machines take over, have the computers take over, eventually merging yourself. Even Tesla is talking about, not Tesla, Elon Musk is talking about this, where he wants to have this Neuralink machine, where this Neuralink will then be able to then go in with the be able to sort of like read your brain waves, and his whole thing as well. I'm the good guy, I'm the light guy, so I'd rather have the light guy doing it than the bad guy. Is his Elon's mental gymnastics. But I still don't necessarily even know what to make of him, because while he's saying all this stuff of warning about this stuff, he's also helping perpetuate getting us there too. But it's this is a very, 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 very deep rabbit hole that we could get into, and this is just we're just scratching the surface. What Luke and I are doing. I saw this video yesterday. I'm like, we've got to put this out. This is crazy, because anyone that actually know who Marina Abramovich is, who she hangs out with, who she pals around with, it's the most influential people in the world. She's basically like best friends with Hillary Clinton, and who's Hillary Clinton's right-hand person? Huma Abedin. These people are all sick. It's all one big cult, and then they want to then take it all. All this got ignored by the media, and what they said was, oh, there's this Pizzagate thing, and oh yeah, she's friends with, I think, El Fontes too. Then we got this Pizzagate thing where one crazy guy goes in there with an AR-15, and then now that's meant to then just make everybody look like idiots, and then take away from the bigger issues. And now it's, don't look what's actually in the emails. Let's just talk about the fact that it was the Russians. Meanwhile, we all know that it was not the Russians. But yeah, there's so much we could talk about with this. Please leave in the comments, other areas of this you'd like us to look into, other intel you have on this, because it's just almost like too much. It's just really too much, Luke.
Yeah, when you get into the kind of the spirit world, my understanding is limited because again, it's the spirit world. I don't devil or play or mess around with any of that stuff because again, there's a lot of implications from it. But just seeing all of it, it should be worrisome to a lot of people to see it just right out there in your face as it is right now. So yeah. That's our understanding of it. What is yours? Let us know in the comment section below. Of course, we're keeping a close eye on all of this, plus a lot more here on this independent media organization. Stay tuned for more here on Change the News or We Are Change. Haven't decided yet. Love you guys.